The Bill and Ted films present themselves as light-hearted teen comedies, populated by time-traveling slackers, historical cameos, and absurdist humor. Yet beneath this whimsical exterior lies a psychologically rich meditation on human connection, moral agency, and the transformative power of positivity. The repeated mantra of the protagonists, "Be excellent to each other," and "Party on," functions as more than adolescent catchphrases. They are distilled, almost spiritual directives, encapsulating the film's central thesis about interpersonal responsibility and the ethical ramifications of choice. Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Plex. For more information, stick around after the video to learn how to corral your movies, TV shows, and music from all your streaming services into one place. Stop scrolling, start streaming, get Plex. From a psychological perspective, Bill and Ted embody an archetype that contrasts sharply with the dominant cultural narratives of competitiveness, cynicism, and self-interest. Whereas much of late 20th century Western media glorified individual achievement and the triumph of self-serving ambition, the duo's radical optimism asserts that meaningful influence and personal fulfillment are achieved through empathy, collaboration, and joy. Their moral compass is guided not by fear or guilt, but by an intuitive understanding that human relationships are inherently generative. Each act of kindness or encouragement ripples outward, shaping not only the immediate social landscape, but the broader tapestry of history itself. This lens can be understood through social learning theory, which posits that humans model behavior based on observation and reinforcement. Bill and Ted's adventures, literally and figuratively, expose them to the full spectrum of human experience, from tyrants and philosophers to artists and revolutionaries. By engaging with these figures respectfully, and humorously, I might add, they model the psychological principle of reciprocal altruism. Positive social behaviors increase the likelihood of mutual benefit, strengthening collective resilience. Moreover, the duo's playful irreverence, encapsulated in the exhortation to party on, serves as a coping mechanism for existential anxiety, allowing them to confront historical upheaval with curiosity and levity, rather than fear and despair. Psychologically, the films also explore the concept of moral imagination, the ability to envision ethical solutions across temporal, cultural, and interpersonal divides. Bill and Ted's success in uniting disparate historical figures to save the future hinges on their capacity to empathize with perspectives radically different from their own. This underscores a critical message. The cultivation of empathy, even in the face of chaos and absurdity, is the very foundation of ethical action and social cohesion. The narrative, while comedic, posits that the future of humanity depends less on brute intelligence or heroic aggression than on the consistent practice of interpersonal excellence and, of course, mutual respect. In essence, the enduring appeal of Bill and Ted lies in its radical yet simple philosophy. Human flourishing is inseparable from kindness, joy, and creativity. Their mantra transcends generational and cultural boundaries because it aligns with fundamental psychological truths about motivation, social behavior, and resilience. Being excellent to each other is not merely etiquette or humor. It is an actionable ethos that fosters connection, mitigates conflict, and amplifies collective potential. Similarly, Party On is an acknowledgement that life's uncertainty need not be met with rigidity of fear, but can instead be approached with curiosity, playfulness, and adaptability, key traits for psychological well-being. The Bill and Ted films tell a story about the human capacity for hope, generosity, and connection. It reminds viewers that even in the face of monumental challenges, historical, social, or even personal, the simplest acts of kindness and moments of joy can ripple through time, shaping both individual destiny and the collective future. Psychologically, it is a call to radical optimism, a challenge to cultivate empathy, and a celebration of the enduring power of human goodness. To be excellent to each other, and always to party on. The simplicity of this message, treating others with kindness and approaching life with joy, is deceptively profound, yet it is one that society frequently overlooks. Psychologically, humans are wired to respond to scarcity, competition, and even threat. From evolutionary pressures to modern social hierarchies, much of our attention is trained on self-preservation, status acquisition, and navigating social conflict. In this context, the radical optimism embodied by Bill and Ted feels almost alien. Being excellent to others requires intentional empathy, patience, and vulnerability, all of which are often undervalued in a culture that prizes speed, productivity, and individual success. Furthermore, the directive to party on, while playful in its own right, encapsulates an essential psychological principle: the importance of joy, curiosity, and resilience in maintaining mental health. Modern society frequently prioritizes obligation, achievement, and risk aversion, leaving little room for the kind of spontaneous, unstructured engagement with life that nurtures creativity and well-being. Ignoring this advice is, in effect, a collective neglect of our own psychological needs. Culturally, the message is ignored because it runs counter to dominant narratives of cynicism and competition. Media and social discourse often highlight conflict, scarcity, and fear, subtly reinforcing the idea that generosity and joy are naive or impractical. Yet, history, literature, and even psychological research consistently show that acts of kindness and the cultivation of joy are not only personally rewarding, but socially transformative. Bill and Ted's adventures dramatize this principle in exaggerated, humorous ways, yet the underlying truth remains. Human flourishing depends on how we treat each other, and how we embrace life. Taking this message to heart is therefore an act of conscious resistance against cultural pessimism. Psychologically, it encourages the development of empathy, reduces interpersonal conflict, and promotes emotional resilience. Socially, it fosters cooperative creativity and community building. In other words, practicing the simple precepts of Bill and Ted is not just an exercise in nostalgia or humor. It is a prescription for a healthier, more humane world. Ultimately, the reason the message is often ignored is precisely why it is so vital. In a society conditioned toward fear, scarcity, and competition, the radical optimism of being excellent to each other and embracing life becomes a revolutionary act. A conscious choice to prioritize empathy, joy, and connection over cynicism, apathy, and self-interest. To ignore it is to miss a simple, yet transformative pathway to both personal fulfillment and collective well-being. So, I'll say it again. Be excellent to each other. And party on, friends. Managing the overwhelming number of streaming services that we all subscribe to can be a nightmare, making us wish for some sort of one-stop destination for all of our movies, TV shows, and music. Well, thankfully, Plex has the answer. bringing together free, ad-supported movies, shows, and live TV with the power to search and add to your watch list any title ever made, no matter which streaming service it's on. Plex keeps everything in one place, even for theater releases. Discover more and search faster by customizing your experience. Add friends, share thoughts, and find your next binge-worthy title. Track your favorite actors with Discover credits. See all their movies and shows in one place. Stream your own movies, TV shows, music, and photos anywhere on any device. And best of all, Plex is a free streaming app for everyone, supported by ads that help bring you content from partners like Lionsgate, AMC, and even A24. Stream instantly from your computer, phone, tablet, game console, smart TV, or streaming media player. While you don't need an account to use Plex, signing up does give you extra benefits, such as your own universal watch list, the ability to customize search results, seamlessly watching across all devices, and more. And if you want to unlock even more incredible features, consider joining Plex Pass, Plex's premium subscription, which gives power users advanced features for managing personal media libraries. Just follow the link down in the description today to join more than 17 million users worldwide who trust Plex as their entertainment concierge, helping them discover, organize, and enjoy the best content across all of their favorite platforms. Stop scrolling, start streaming, get Plex. Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. Furthermore, if you liked the video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. I know many of you watching aren't yet subscribed, so help support the channel. Subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, we do have a Patreon. And if you sign up for our Rated R tier level, you can get yourself access to the ETF Digital Archive. We get a lot of compliments about the VHS collection that you guys see in the background of almost all of our videos. Well, we have been hard at work slowly digitizing that collection and creating a place where we can share it with all of you. Thanks to the help of the Plex platform, one of this channel's sponsors, we can now do just that. This is our way of doing our part to help preserve that gritty, nostalgic VHS look and feeling before it's gone forever. So as a special thank you for becoming a Rated R tier member, you will be added to our ETF Archive Plex server, so that you can stream our VHS collection from anywhere at any time. It's basically like having a streaming service for VHS, which I think is pretty cool. We also have a Mercari store, where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.